me, Mario.
Hello everyone! I'm the Mighty Blues, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Super Mario 64! One of my favorite games of all time, and actually, the very first video game I ever played. I grew up with an N64, Mario 64 in particular was the first game I ever played. And you'd probably be thinking, man, why did you wait until Let's Play number 5 to play the first video game that you have ever played in your life, and a game that you hold so near and dear to your heart that you play it at least like 4 times a year? And to that I say, how do you know my life so well? Do you secretly live behind my window? Like, I'm calling the police. But in all honesty, I technically have already Let's Played this game. This was literally the first game I ever Let's Played, back when this channel first started. Back in like 2014, 2015. I was young back then. And it's funny because while this channel has changed over the years, a lot of the core ideas that I had back then with the Mario 64 LP that originally I thought was bad, I've come back and just redone and revamped. So I'm like, no, these are good ideas. So I decided, you know, let's come back to Mario 64. Now, you may notice in the bottom left-hand corner it says press plus instead of press start. That is because I'm playing an alternate version of this game back in, when was it? I don't remember what month, but back in 2020, Nintendo released a special All-Stars pack for Mario, for Mario's 35th anniversary. It's the Mario 3D All-Stars. I almost forgot the name of the game. It has Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, all playable on the Nintendo Switch. It has updated graphics to make it run pretty good on the Switch, pretty good. There are some differences from this version compared to what you may have played on the N64, which we will get into that at a later point in this LP. But I'm playing the Nintendo Switch version because it looks the prettiest. As someone who has an RGB outfitted N64, and as someone who has used emulation for their Let's Plays, I try to make sure that I play the games in the best resolution possible, and if Nintendo actually releases a version of the game that runs really, really well, I'm going to use that. So let's jump into Super Mario 64.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Ciao! You've reached Princess Toadstool's castle via a warp pipe. Using the controller as a piece of cake, press B to jump and Y to attack. Press A to read signs too. Use the L stick to move Mario around. Now head for the castle. It's so weird seeing Mario, like an old Mario game that used to talk about controls in a different way, because like nowadays in Mario games it's like they'll create little emojis for the buttons, and in this one it's like use L stick. It's so weird. Princess Toadstool Castle is just ahead. Press B to jump and ZL to crouch, A to read a sign, and Y to punch or grab something. Press Y again to throw something you're holding. Now, I'm actually playing this with a Pro Controller, and it's so interesting playing Mario 64. Like, oh, dang! Oh, I actually glitched Lakitu. So, one thing I should mention about this version of Mario 64, because of the fact that Nintendo didn't really do the best job at enhancing this game for the Switch, you see a lot of the weird oddities in an N64 game that you wouldn't necessarily see if you played it on the N64. Good afternoon, the Lakitu Bros here, reporting live just from outside the Princess's castle. Mario has just arrived on the scene and will be filming the action live as he enters the castle and pursues the missing Power Stars. As seasoned cameramen, we'll be shooting from the recommended angle, but you can change the camera angle with the right stick. Okay, so that's weird. They made an emoji for the right stick, but they didn't make an emoji for the left stick. That's weird. What? I'm sorry if I'm nitpicking this already. I've played Mario 64 a lot of times. And while, yes, I have 100% Mario 64 on the Switch already, I did it in like the first week this game came out on the Switch. I didn't notice any of this because I skipped through it all. If we can't adjust the view any further, we'll buzz. Take a look at the surroundings, stop, and tilt the right stick forward. Press B to resume play. Switch camera modes with the R button. Signs along the way will review these instructions. For now, reporting live, this has been the Lukitu Bros. We'll get into controls a little bit once we're actually able to play the video game, but for now, let's just enter the castle. We're wasting a lot of time. Oh good, more dialogue. Welcome, no one's home, now scram and don't come back! Ah, that's neat! Hi, thanks, hi Toad. Toad? Okay, thank you, game, for zooming in just enough so that way we can see. We still can't even see Toad's face. He's getting Mike Wazowski'd. He's been double Mike Wazowski'd by the wall and Mario's fist.
Am I glad to see you? The princess and I and, well, everybody, we're all trapped inside the castle walls! Bowser is still in the castle stars, and he's using the power to create his own world in the paintings of walls! Please recover the power stars. As you find them, you can use their power to open the doors that Bowser is sealed. There are 4 rooms on the first floor. Start with the one with the painting of Bob-Omb inside. It's the only room that Bowser hasn't sealed. When you collect 8 power stars, you'll be able to open the door with the big star. The princess must be inside.
You know, I've played enough Mario 1 to know that if a Toad says that the princess is somewhere, that means she's in another castle. But yeah, so as Toad stated, there's a couple of doors. As you can tell, all of them have little numbers with stars. That indicates how many power stars we need in order to open that door. So as we have 0 power stars, we can't open any of these. But oh, look at that! There's one that has 0 stars on it, or doesn't even have a number. Why am I saying that it has 0? It doesn't even have a number. Well, let's start with course number 1, Bob-Omb Battlefield. Also, it feels really weird feeling the HD rumble of the controller on this. Once again, playing this on the Switch, playing with a Pro Controller, got them HD graphics. Wow, you're smack in the middle of the battlefield. You'll find the power stars that Bowser stole inside the painting world. First, talk to the Bob-Omb buddy. Press A to talk. He'll certainly help you out. So will his comrades in other areas. To read signs, stop, face them, and press A. Press A or B to scroll ahead. You can talk to some other characters by facing them and pressing A. Alright, cool. We haven't figured that out yet. Watch out! If you wander around here, you're liable to be plastered by a water bomb. Those enemy Bob-Ombs love to fight. There's always finding ways to attack. This meadow has become a battlefield ever since the big Bob-Omb got his paws on the Power Star. You know, now that I'm actually reading this dialogue, because most of the time I don't, I just skip through it and play through the game because I like to flip and dip. Considering the fact that these Bob-Ombs are in the middle of a war, but they're fighting with water bombs, and these are actual bombs, how is that actually harming them? If anything, that's saving their lives, because if they get anywhere near something that can ignite them, their fuse goes off, but then the water would diffuse them, and the water could technically, like, dampen the powder or whatever explosive is inside them, preventing them from exploding, aka dying. If Paper Mario Origami King has taught me anything, it's that Bob-Ombs die when they explode. So is this like an anti-war? We're like, no, we don't want you to die, we want you to live! Plaster you with water bombs! I'm thinking too hard into this, am I? Miyamoto's not one for story. Can you recover the star for us? Cross the bridge and go left to the path to find a big bomb. Please come back to see me after you've retrieved the power star. I'm pretty sure if you actually come back to him, he just doesn't even acknowledge you. Hey you! It's dangerous to go alone, so take this! Haha, wrong game. It's dangerous ahead, so listen up. Take my advice. Cross the 2 bridges ahead and then watch for falling water bombs. The big Bob-Omb at the top of the mountain is very powerful, so don't let him grab you. We're Bob-Omb buddies, and we're on your side. You can talk to us whenever you'd like to. We'll be seeing these guys in later worlds as they actually open up something that is very helpful for us. But now that we're actually in a level and we're done talking, because Mario is so well known for his plot, let's actually go over Mario's mechanics. Now, this is one of the first, I want to say, no, it's not the first 3D Mario game. I guess you could technically say that was Mario RPG, but as you can tell, we can move 360 degrees. Mario's got a couple of things to his arsenal. He obviously has his oh-so-dandy jump. Defeating enemies grabs coins, obviously. But we can also move the camera by pressing the right stick. For those of you youngins who didn't grow up with the N64, you may not understand how the right stick works in this game, because playing with a standard controller, and then playing a game that had different control schemes for moving a camera, it may be a little bit daunting. It's not like the PlayStation where you just had 2 analog sticks. The N64 actually had 4 C buttons, and those were what you would use to control the camera in Mario 64. So if you're playing this on the Nintendo Switch, and you may notice that when you hit the right stick, it only moves a fixed amount, it's because the game is programmed to respond under those C buttons, and when you're hitting the right stick, it's technically responding the same as it would as if you just hit a C button. So keep that in mind. Once again, these old games are not as interesting as your newfangled whatevers. I talk as if I'm some old man. I'm 22. But as we make it through our level, I just want to show off a bit more things. Mario obviously has his jump, but pressing the Y button actually allows him to punch. Mario's got a couple of different things that you can do by pressing Y. So if I jump and press Y while running, I can actually do a nice lunge. This helps you move a little bit quicker. By pressing ZL and jump, you can actually do a long jump. And there's a couple other moves we'll get into as the game requires it. But, you know, it's a Mario game. You know how things go. You run, you jump, you flip, you dip. That's what makes a good video game. That's the philosophy I live by. If your video game allows you to flip and dip, it's good. Also, this is legitimately one of my favorite moves in a Mario game. While you're running, if you run to one direction and then immediately hit the stick to the other side, you'll do a little side flip. It's super fun. I'm going to be using it a lot.
I'm the big Bob-Omb, Lord of all blasting man, king of kabooms the world over. How dare you scare my mountain? By what right do you set foot on my imperial mountain top? You may have eluded my guards, but you'll never escape my grasp.
Oh, you mean the guys that I literally stepped on? Yes, sorry, honey, I've been dealing with these guys for like 20-something years.
You'll never take away my power star. I hereby challenge you, Mario. If you want the star I hold, you must prove yourself in battle. Can you pick me up from the back and hurl me to this royal turf? I think you cannot. I got a thick ass and no one can touch it. You ain't tapping that today.
Oh, wait, okay. So yeah, what you're supposed to do is you're actually supposed to grab him from the back, press Y to punch him. Well, technically grab. Y is punch, but it's also grab if you're next to something that is grabbable. And you're basically just supposed to do it 3 times! Yeah, one of the issues I have with this boss fight is sometimes I'll try to just get real close to him and try to grab him super quick, but a lot of times I'll get too close to his arms and he'll just grab me out of nowhere.
Can it be another pipsqueak like you is to fuse the Bob-Omb King? You might be fast enough to ground me, but you'll have to pick up the pace if you want to take King Bowser by the tail.
Hot.
Methinks my troops could learn a lesson from you. Here's your star as I promised, Mario. If you want to see me again, select the star from the menu. For now, farewell.
My favorite part about Mario games is murder. Oh, wait, did I do it right? I don't actually know if I did it right. Okay, so I'm going to be 100% honest. You may notice that I'll attempt to do some speedrunny things during this adventure. I'm no speedrunner. Mario 64 is one of the only games that I've really attempted to speedrun, and the most that I'll do is a 32-star run because the most I can do is a BLJ. We'll get into what a BLJ is later, but one of the things that I probably do out of instinct, same thing with like L canceling and Smash, is if you jump and then immediately ground pound before grabbing a star, it actually reduces the amount of landing lag Mario has when he grabs the star. You've reached one of the stolen power stars. Now you can open some of the sealed doors in the castle. Try the princess's room on the 2nd floor and the room with the painting of Womb's fortress on floor 1. Bowser's troops are still gaining power, so you can't give up. Save us, Mario. Keep searching for stars. We could go look for some other stars in some other rooms. Or you could be like me and just go into the same area you went into before because you know there's something else there to explore. Foot race with Koopa the Quick. Now, this Bob-Omb said we should talk to him once the war's over. Let's talk to him. Thank you, Mario. The big Bob-Omb is nothing but a big dud now. Wait, he actually says something? Well, I look like a big dumb butt. I didn't realize he says things. I just was like, oh, he doesn't say anything. No, he actually does. But the battle for the castle has just begun. Our enemies are holding the enemy power stars. If you recover more stars, you can open new doors that lead to new worlds. My Bob-Omb buddies are waiting for you. Be sure to talk to them. They'll set up cannons for you. So yeah, that's the gimmick of the pink Bob-Ombs. In most of the worlds, you can find one, and if you talk to them, they'll open up cannons for you. Cannons are really good for exploring the terrain, so you'll want to make sure to open these up whenever you find them, because they'll make your life a lot easier. We're peace-loving Bob-Ombs, so we don't use cannons. But if you'd like to blast off, we don't mind. Help yourself. Those Team Rocket guys do it all the time. We'll prepare all the cannons in this course for you to use. Bon voyage! Ready for blast off. Come on, hop into the cannon. You can reach the star on the floating island by using the 4 cannons. Use the L stick to aim. Okay, again, why does the left stick not have an emoji, but the right stick does? Maybe it's because... No, that's not right. Okay, here's my prediction as to why. Here's my prediction as to why the right stick got an emoji, like in most modern Mario games, whereas... Thank you, Mario, for running into that. Yeah, if you run straight into a wall at the right speed, Mario will just... Okay, well, he didn't do it that time, but you get what I mean. I think my theory is that in Mario 64, on the original N64, whenever they refer to the analog stick, they literally just say, the stick. So I think it was just easier for Nintendo to program in the game to just program the letter L in front of stick rather than creating 2 separate emotes for the same thing, which technically all they would have to do is just take the right stick emoji, just put an L on there instead of R, but I don't know, that's just a theory. Hey Mario, is it true that you beat the Big Bob-Omb? Cool! You must be strong and pretty fast. So, how fast are you anyway? Fast enough to beat me? Koopa the Quick? I don't think so. Just try me. How about a race to the mountaintop where the Big Bob-Omb was? What do you say? When I say go, let the race begin! So this is Koopa the Quick. He's gonna show up in a couple of other worlds, and if we beat him, we get a power star. Let's race him. And it's literally just a race. You gotta beat him to where Big Bob-Omb was, which I find it weird that they call him Big Bob-Omb. He's King Bob-Omb in every other source material! Okay, well, that's a Chain Chomp right there. They're basically the dogs of the Mario series. Yeah, that Chain Chomp will attack you if you get close to him. I kind of freaked out because I was expecting him to knock me over the fence, and I was going to probably lose this race, but no, we're good. Also, if you notice right there, those cannonballs, instead of there being 2 when we did the previous mission, there's now 3. The worlds will change as you take on other power stars, so keep that in mind. Also, if we walk in here, there's a teleporting point. There are going to be a number of these across the world, so keep track of them as they will help you traverse. Also, just a fun, dumb little thing that I like to do. Whenever you're on a pole, if you jump off and then immediately dive, you can actually just re-grab the pole. It's such a dumb thing, but I love doing it because it just looks so dumb. But you gotta do it pretty quick. It's actually a lot easier to do it on the Switch Pro Controller because B and Y are so close to each other. You can basically just roll your thumb across both of them and it works just fine. But I accidentally ground pounded Koopa the Quick. Oh god. Oh, you're really fast. A human blur. Here you go. You've won it. Fair and square. Why does it look like the top of his mouth is like scratching over? He's like scratching Mario's head with his beak nose thing. But yeah, so as you can tell right there, when I jumped, Mario had that half a second, I guess, where he jumps up into the air, lands on the ground, and then does his animation of getting a star. If you were to ground pound just quick enough before grabbing the star, so that Mario's hitbox barely touches the star, it actually makes it so that the landing animation is a lot quicker. Really good for speedruns, but because we're not speedrunning this game, it's not overly important. But I actually think we got time for one more star. So we're going to jump back into Bob-Omb Battlefield and shoot to the island in the sky. This is actually one of the reasons why you wanted to open up the cannon, as this star is very easy to get if you have a cannon. There's 2 ways to approach this if you really, really want to. Also, this is another way to show that the worlds change as you progress through and collect more power stars. That Koopa Troopa wasn't normally there. Now that we've defeated Koopa the Quick, there's going to be a Koopa Troopa there. And I meant to jump up on that because one interesting thing is that if you dive on slanted platforms and then immediately get back up, Mario can actually run up the platform, or the angled platforms much more quicker. So there's a cannon right here that I want to use, and if you time it just right, you can actually grab that little green spot right there. That's actually a tree. And of course I failed. There's another cannon over at the hill, or the mountain. There's on the side of the mountain. We actually passed it a number of times. On the side of the mountain, there's another cannon you can grab. That one's a lot easier to get to this island in the sky, but I don't like doing that. That's for chumps. I like doing it this way because it's dumber. But the Power Star is actually just in this box. And let's see if I can actually do the ground pound. There we go! Yeah, as you can tell, Mario's landing lag is a lot quicker. Again, I like to call it the L cancel of Mario 64. But anyways, with that being said, I just now realized that I have been saving my progress in between every star. Probably shouldn't be doing that in case this recording fails. I probably shouldn't have to do that. I'm gonna really hope to God that this episode actually works. You've recovered 3 power stars. Now you can open any door with a 3 on its star. You can come and go from the open courses as you please. The enemies ahead are even meaner, so be careful. We're gonna do that next time. So, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all later for more of Super Mario 64. Goodbye!